he says, God says, for example, that, you know, do not murder, right? And you guys are all the same. We're all sinners. We're all interconnected. But you, as a gang member, he says, what kind of laws do you live by? You know, you're a gang member, you stay 10 toes, you're solid in prison. If you see somebody with a jacket, meaning a person who's a rapist or, you know, one of those people, then you are allowed free game. They're free game, essentially. You can take them out. And I was like, yeah. He's like, but does that match in line with the word of God when he's saying we're all the same? No, you have to throw that out. You have to not believe that. And then you start to trust what you feel and what you think, your standard. And sin, the symptoms of sin, he says, comes out of that. People don't just wake up and murder people. People don't just wake up and, you know, do drugs. It starts with the thought, and the way you think affects the way you feel. The way you feel affects the way you behave. So I always thought like, oh, I'm just a sinner, you know, and I just do bad things, and that's what makes me a sinner. But he was saying that it starts with the thought process, you know. So then he started to explain to me like it was like a virus. Sin is like a virus, you know. It enters your body, and let's say like COVID-19, for example. He said, you know, if a sickness enters your body like the flu, and you know, what are the symptoms? Headache, runny nose, fever, right? And he says, let's say your body doesn't fight the virus, but you try to just take care of the symptoms. You take aspirin, Tylenol, let's say. Your fever will suppress, it'll go down. But, he said, after it wears out, it'll shoot back up. So you are likewise trying to take care of your symptoms of sin. You have lust, you have anger, you have, you know, a drug addiction, but you don't recognize that the sin is unbelief. It's like the virus. You have to get rid of it at the root, you know? So I was like, how do I get rid of it at the root? You know, he's like, believing the word of God. Johnny, this word, and then he showed me a lot of verses, but he showed me Hebrews 10:14 that stuck out the most. Hebrews 10:14 says, for by one offering he hath perfected forever them that are sanctified. So he asked me to read it a couple times, and then he explained it. One offering, he says, is Jesus Christ. I said, okay.